Hello, and welcome back to the We Petersburg 2.0 program. This week, we will focus on maintaining our small changes for heart health over the long term, which includes how to respond when we experience slips. As you may have noticed throughout your journey so far, slips, or times when we briefly fall off track with our goals, happen from time to time. Not only are they completely normal, but they are expected. Just as it takes consistent, small changes to create positive change, it's important to know that no one episode of inactivity or eating too much will ruin your progress. What matters most is how you respond to a slip. Our instinct may be to beat ourselves up after a slip with unhelpful thoughts and feelings of guilt and self-blame. But this can lead to more slips, like overeating to comfort ourselves. So how can we respond to slips in a helpful way? Choose self-compassion. There are 3 components to self-compassion, including self-kindness, or being warm and understanding towards yourself. So instead of frustration and self-criticism, you treat yourself with kindness. There's also common humanity, or reminding yourself that everyone slips, so you are not alone. And last, there's mindfulness. You can practice mindful self-compassion by embracing a non-judgmental mind state, where you observe your thoughts and feelings. This allows us to acknowledge our thoughts and feelings about a slip, and recognize that these feelings don't define us. To put self-compassion into practice, start by treating yourself how you would treat a friend who experienced a slip. What might you say or do? You can also reframe your inner voice to be more positive and compassionate. So instead of thinking, "I'm a failure because I slipped and ate an entire pint of ice cream," try responding with warmth, understanding, and support. So you might say, "I slipped and ate an entire pint of ice cream because I was feeling sad and I thought it would make me feel better. But the truth is, now I feel worse. I want to feel happy and appreciate my body, so I'm going to go for a walk to feel better." You can also try to focus on all the positive changes you've made and allow yourself to explore what led to the slip with curiosity instead of judgment, or talk to someone supportive. And finally, you can realign your behavior with your values by taking the next best step. So if you experience a slip in your eating habits, try to view your next snack or meal as an opportunity to make choices that align with your goals for heart health, like prioritizing a nutrient-dense food. It may also be helpful to explore strategies to prevent a slip. Start by recognizing what sparks your slips, like stress, holidays, or schedule changes. What has gotten you off track in the past? For most people, slips are linked to positive social situations like celebrations, uncomfortable emotions, and boredom. Try to keep up with your eating routines, scheduling exercise, and weekly check-ins with yourself or an accountability buddy. We also encourage you to be proactive when your schedule changes and know that your routines might also have to change. So try to rethink where healthy eating and exercise can fit in. And continue to use stimulus control to add or remove cues that encourage healthy behaviors for eating, physical activity, and stress management. And last, explore the warning signs that you are falling back into old habits to prevent a relapse or a complete return to previous habits. Now let's explore how we can maintain small changes long term. Motivation is an important part in helping us maintain the small changes we have made throughout this journey and continuing them into the future. Motivation is an internal process that will move you towards your goals. With intrinsic motivation, we are motivated to perform an activity for the enjoyment of it, because it is connected to our values or how we see ourselves. With extrinsic motivation, we are driven by specific external rewards. This type of motivation can help us keep working on health behaviors when it gets tough. So as you can imagine, both types of motivation are important in helping us maintain our small changes long term. It's important to understand that while we are used to thinking of people as motivated or unmotivated, like most things, motivation fluctuates and will change over time. For instance, think about your current motivation for making small changes on a scale from 0 to 10. How does your rating now compare to what that rating might have been when you first started the program? Many of us will experience physical and mental plateaus or stalls in our progress during our health journey. For instance, we may have a period of time where we don't see visible improvements, which can then make it difficult to put in the hard work required to maintain the changes we've made. The good news is there are things that we can do to influence and increase our motivation. To enhance your motivation, try these strategies. Frequently reflect on your progress. Think about when you first started the WE program. What did your eating habits, physical activity, and stress look like? What changes, even the smallest, have you made over the past 3 months to improve your healthy lifestyle? What changes have you noticed to your physical and mental health? And what have you learned about yourself and your strengths and weaknesses? Take time to imagine your future self. Think about what you want your life to look like in 5 years. What habits do you need to form in order to meet your long-term goals? What might your life look like in 5 years if you don't prioritize these goals? Where do your healthy habits fit into your ideal future? Conduct a values check. What are your top 3 to 5 values? How do the changes you've made align with those values? And what is important to you regarding your current health? Consider how much of your time and energy you're spending on what's truly important to you. Start small. Remember that it takes small steps and daily effort to successfully overcome challenges. Don't expect to do everything at once. You wouldn't expect to run a marathon tomorrow without any training. And break things down into SMART goals. Take things one step at a time, 1 hour at a time, and 1 day at a time. Reward yourself. Research shows that we are more motivated to engage in certain behaviors when our actions are reinforced or rewarded. These rewards do not have to be huge or expensive and should not have any relationship to food. Consider rewards that will boost your mood, provide relaxation, or make meeting future goals more fun. Try things like visiting with friends or splurging on a workout accessory. And last but certainly not least, fall back on your supports. Consider who has been supportive during this process and continue to seek the support you need from those who are best situated to provide it. Remember that you have a built-in support network, including your house chat and walking groups if you choose. You have all of the handouts and videos from this program to look back on. And don't forget the strengths and supports in your community. Now let's explore how you can set yourself up for continued success. Reference the material from the program whenever you need a refresher, and continue to make SMART goals that align with your values. Don't forget to practice self-compassion to recover from slips. And continue to meet with your walking groups and extend invites to other Petersburg residents. Your efforts can create a culture of health and wellness in your community. And consider how you can work with others in your community to advocate for change that promotes health among all Petersburg residents. We hope that you are proud of yourself and all that you've accomplished so far. Keep up the great work.